Today I'm going to be talking about Dr. Disrespect and giving a recap of what has been going on with him in the past year, as it's been nearly a year now since my first video on the drama, and I'm pretty sure whenever this video releases, it will be exactly 1 year since I made my video on Dr. Disrespect, the first one. There are a few things to go over that are pretty interesting, and I am kind of curious of what the internet thinks of all this over a year later since the situation, as you know, sometimes people's opinions change over time. With all that said, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more, as I make videos on internet dramas, locales, and more. Make sure to also use YouTube's new hype feature on this video as well, as it really helps me out. I don't know if it's on PC, but I do know it is on mobile. It'd be pretty cool to get into the top 100 leaderboard at one point. I feel like if I was going to do it for anything, it might be for maybe some of the upcoming big videos or my video that I just made on the creepy TikTok family, what would be a few days ago of the time of this video. To start, we will talk about the back and forth with Dr. Disrespect and Nickmercs. Nickmercs used to be a streamer friend and co-collaborator with him as well. They used to be pretty close, or at least decently close, and the drama happened and then it all kind of decayed. This beef started from Nickmercs saying something about Doc on a podcast that he was on, or on his own, I'm not exactly sure, and he also made a tier list video categorizing streamers as to who he could beat up, who he would lose to, and how he would win or lose. Dr. Lupo doing some stuff as well in the background, such as possibly copying Dr. Disrespect, but I'm not exactly sure. First, here is Doc's first rant about all this.
Nickmercs, the biggest in the world. Lupo, obviously, he's a fake. Let's go ahead and say it. Never didn't talk about it before, but I'm in the mood now to talk about it. I think these people are the phoniest people in the industry, man. You know what I mean, champs? I won't talk about it anymore, but I just had to say that. I did, and I know you guys know, but God, I had to say it. Biggest phonies. I can call out all these people. I don't want to though, man. You know what I mean, champs? These people have met, like those two people met Mrs. Assassin and Baby Assassin, Little Assassin, right? They met him multiple times. So for Nick to go on some low budget podcast and talk about us the way he did, like who does that? Like pause the music. Who does that? Phony. And then Lupo screaming at the top of his lungs. He's got 400 viewers now. No one gives a, like he's always copied us, transitions, intros, all that stuff. He's always has. Like I'm just gonna go and release some stuff off my mind. Disrespecting me, disrespecting Mrs. Assassin, Little Assassin. Come on, man. That's how you get knocked out. This guy thinks he's this Nickmercs dude. I don't even know what happened to him. I don't know if he's still around. He thinks he's like tough guy putting his who can I knock out in a fight list together. Like first off, who does that, man? Second off, this guy wouldn't even come close. No way. Anyways, I just don't know who, like the type of mentality to go on and talk about someone like that. Like you just gotta be, you're lost. You don't do that. Time out. No, especially when you don't know. No one does. Rat's what he is. Lupo, fake phony rat. There's a lot of people that I don't care about. I don't care about. The issue that I have with those two is that they met Mrs. Assassin multiple times. They met Baby Assassin. They met my family. Right? They know what I'm about, you know what I mean, champs? They got sucked in by an over-exaggerated narrative that was blown up by all these little anime, desperate for attention, zero life experience people on the internet, these trolls, and it was blown out and exaggerated. And then you got people going, but you admitted it. What do we admit? Some jokes and bantering? That's what we said. Wake up. We didn't admit nothing. Now, you're convinced, and they're all convinced by the narrative that was put out by, guess who? Rolling Stones, Washington Post, right? Little depressed, deep-eyed slasher. All these people, right? These people we can't relate to. And it's unfortunate. But the real truth, after that, it was revealed. Look at the fake phonies, man. I mean, you're literally, Nick's going on a podcast talking about us, champs. I don't even... Look, there's a difference between having to, like, as a person in the industry, to speak up on it. And, like, for example, Tim and Z Laner, like, they're good people. They're good people. They responded in a way where it's like, hey, from what we've heard, okay, again, give me a call, shoot me a DM, whatever. Let's talk about it. Explain it in a couple minutes. Boom, that's it. But they never did that. So for those that are asking, like, you should play with Z or Timmy, the only way is they'd have to apologize. Not publicly. I don't care about it. They just come up and say, hey, made a mistake. Boom, let's get back into it. Then I'm good, right? That's how I deal with right? Like, hey, as long as you learn from it, you apologize, boom, you move on. This whole exaggerated narrative that was built up, so pathetic, bunch of it's what it is. We've got Bobby rallied. We got Vis. Do we have to network to stay relevant or popular or do what? No, champs. All these other people, they need each other. They need the streamer award shows. They need to network. They need Twitch. They need to do this. We need to do a hot tub stream together. We need to make sure we collab. It's like, holy Dexerto, it's like a sucking website for Kai Cenat, and when I'm not in the Lamborghini on the way to the arena or doing hotshot 360s to win games on the main stage in front of the brightest LED lights imaginable, I got common sense people coming up to the two-time, say, hey, two-time, what's up, man? Congratulations on the Rumble. Congratulations on the YouTube monetization, right? It ain't
PDF. Anime picture, he, him, she, her. Look at this guy. He's still around. He's still relevant.
It ain't like that. They want to believe that, but it ain't that. That ain't the case. Like, I'm rolling, man. But you know what's going to happen? Xerato's going to write their little article. Jake Lucky's going, oh man, did you get it? And what's his partner's name? Who's like a hardcore liberal dude? They're all kind of hardcore, but like, what's his?
Oh God, what the he say, dude? He's just stirring the pot again. Is it true? Is it his numbers are down? Is it because? Well, maybe. Is it because he's not getting any sponsorships, or is there no game campaigns? Does any of his friends play with him anymore? His numbers are down. It's just.
Doc's response right here is not that bad, really, although there are some holes in his argument. Him just wanting to explain it to them privately is pretty interesting, but I wish he could explain it publicly, but I don't know if he legally can. But with all that said, here is Nickmercs' response.
We're all fake and phony because we cut ties with you after you did something crazy, put all your boys in a tough spot. You want to get real about it? Get real about it. You put everybody around you in a tough spot because you're a dog. Because you're a dog, bro. And I've known plenty of dogs, man. But when you go below that 18-year-old, you a different kind of dog now. Now you're a weirdo. And you have no self-awareness. You can't reflect. You can't hold yourself accountable. You can't be a man. Being a man is about holding yourself accountable with things you do. It's a really important part about growing up and being a man. You're a father. You're a husband. Look, you f***ed up. You got to own it. You got to be a man. You don't get to go around and blame everybody else for that you did. That's not what you do. That's not what you do. Well, you know, whatever. We already know the dude cheated on his wife. Then he's talking about, this guy met my wife. I mean, you cheated on her. I met her? That's the highlight here? Yeah, I shook her hand at the Super Bowl halftime for 7 minutes. Yeah, I met her. She was a nice lady. I feel bad for her, man. You know, I hope they figure it out. I seriously, I hope they figure it out. I hope it's great for them, man. I really do. I know it must be hard, this whole thing for them. I hope they figure it out. But I didn't go up there talking about his wife and his kid. I just made a little point that I think was important. How you doing this with a wife and kid? That's all I said. And I think it's a pretty fair question. Because everybody thinks this guy is up on some hilltop like we all pray to him or something. What are we doing? What are we doing?
You don't know what you did.
Nick has a point. To cheat in general is bad and very wrong on multiple levels, but to do it as a married man with a kid is even worse. I still wonder why no one talked to him privately about this though, since he can now explain it and was very open to being able to explain it privately in DMs. I wonder if what he would have said would have changed their minds about the whole situation. Because if you all don't know, we've never seen the messages that got Dr. Disrespect banned from Twitch, and you know, there were so many rumors and allegations, but none of them were ever proven. There was only responses from Dr. Disrespect, and I'll get into some of that in a second. Doc also responded to what Nickmercs said throughout his stream, and here is that clip.
Doc, you see Nick's, I don't care, man. I don't care what he has to say. Take accountability? Is that what take accountability for what you're acting on? I'm so tough. I got my gold chain. Look at my traps. Look at them. I'm so tough. I got accountability, but I'm going to go on a podcast and talk about someone else because I think it's just such a cool thing and my brand is dying. Like, I don't give a man. I don't care. Stop asking. I don't care. I said what I had to say to you guys, champs. Here's the thing, too, is that I'm talking to you, champs, on this channel, in my community, on my, here, right? I'm not going out. We're not going out in the social media sphere and adding somebody or clipping somebody or responding to anybody specifically. I'm talking to you, champs. But they're coming in here, again, it comes down to this whole, like, they don't know how to stay in their own lane type of mentality, right? They don't know how to stay in their lane type of mentality. It's just, It's these people are so weird, man. They really are. And then they'll clip that and go, weird.
Aren't you the one that's dressing up in a wig and
Like, shut up, man. These poor people online are just depressed. They missed the entire point. You just like the little guy, the little gremlin guy with the traps, right? The tough guy should have just never done anything. Should have kept his mouth shut. Plain and simple. Just like a common sense person would. Like any real man would. Just shut. That's all. Why are you talking? Why is the little guy talking? Anybody tell me? Never needed them. I know. I never have. Chance, we're rolling right now. I didn't say anything for months and months and months. And I took 2 minutes out of a broadcast. It also goes back to like my original point of these wannabe journalists that are like very, very depressed. The Jake Suckies, the other guy, I don't know what his name is. I mean, anytime he needs likes or needs to feel relevant, he just has to, like, you drop my name. You drop the 2 times name. All these sites, right? Anytime they need, like, oh, need clicks or likes, say something about Doc or clip it, right? That's all. That's what they do. That's their whole game plan. That's their whole survival mode. But imagine like that's what you do. I can't. That is what you do. I guess as a career. Whew. Woo! Oh baby, baby, baby. Woo! People like Jake's. They won't include this in their little clips, right? They'll include the
Doc calls Nickmercs up again. Get us some likes. What do you guys think? I hate the guy. The downfall of the Doc's career.
like these biased idiots, wannabe journalists. And Jake's got to remember who's really shouted him out first. Like they forget, he was irrelevant. He was nothing. Who was the one that brought eyes to his product? I just want to go ahead and point that out. It's kind of a side note. It was me. It was the 2-time. Don't get a mistake and go do your research, man. Projecting a bit, Doc? Am I? You think so, OG Liberty? Projecting? Projecting is me really, really, really caring with all my heart and soul and screaming and yelling like Lupo. Right? Screaming and yelling at the top of his lungs. That's projecting. Me? I'm just taking a minute or 2 out of the day. Remember, I stream hours and hours and hours and hours, multiple days a week, weeks at a time. I'm just taking what, a couple minutes here to talk? Ain't no one projecting. Don't try to force a narrative. Rolling Stones taking shots was kind of hot shottish for the Doc. That was kind of hot shottish. You should see that. The Rolling Stones. Go check out the person who wrote it. Just go just type in Google Images. Then go and then go to the Washington Post one. Type in Google Images. And then you'll start to see a trend. Wait, what happened over there? What? Oh, no. Did you see it? Did you see it, John? Brian, did you see it? Get up. It's just insane. Like, what? What kind of mentality is that? First off, number one, I don't care. If you did something, like, hopefully you learn from it and you come back strong. And that's it. That's not the mentality that we're in. There's no feeding in anything. There's only so much flappy you can take until enough's enough. Got to stand on business and address attacks, as Jake with a $5 Rumble rant. I agree. When am I supposed to like cower in the corner like, all right, I won't talk about it anymore? I barely even talk about it. anything for months, and I spent 2 minutes the other day, and look what happens. It's all chaos. They're all a bunch of going,
Oh my God, he said something. Write up the articles. Write up the worst of the worst. He calls him up. He calls Lupo this. He goes like that.
he doesn't even know that I'm a liberal and I'm from down south, even though on my Twitter profile you're from Los Angeles, California, it looks like, right? Wake up! Bunch of phonies. That's why you gotta like appreciate the real ones, you know what I mean, champs? Like the Bobbies, the Rallies, the Visses. Gotta appreciate the real ones. They don't care about any. They don't. They don't get caught up in any of the nonsense. And it's actually like a real person. It's like it's like real life. Like, thank God we got some people that are actual real life people. Champs, I know you guys are real life too. You look at my industry, you look at all these people that are like in these on the feed. Damn, it's like, wow. Doc, I know you're a real one. I always watch your streams. That's all you got to do. The thing is, none of these people watch the streams. They just see clips from Dexerto or Jake, and then they go, okay, this guy's a right? Like, man, why don't you sit down? Because we have so much to teach.
His response to drama and the Whisper situation overall has not been great, to be honest. I wish he would not play the character for a moment in time and respond like how he did with the original wife cheating scandal and his house being shot at, because if you don't know, his house got shot at with a BB gun or something, whether it was on accident or purpose. He left the stream and then came back with that mullet. And I wish that he would do that for a actual true response, but it is kind of too late now to really do a very serious one. Unless he simply wanted to, but it'd be really interesting. I don't know if it'd make him look bad or if it'd help him out. I'm not exactly sure. You all let me know in the comments down below. I think this probably would have helped as well. He would also respond to people on Twitter saying, why do I need to show you all anything? I don't need to. I'm not obligated to, or whatever. And it was never good responses. It was all stuff around that. And in some of these clips of Dr. Disrespect talking about it, he kind of reacts to this the same way every time. It's just not that great. That only makes him look worse, in my opinion, I feel. I'd rather him do this. Make a good statement on Twitter, then do a stream or make a segment on stream out of character, or a video even. Just something. Just a very good, tight-knit response. And then go on to his regular life and regular streaming schedule and everything else after maybe like a week or two of a break. And maybe everything would have been different if that was the case. But we're in the timeline we're in now, and yeah, that didn't happen. But you're probably wondering, how is he doing on YouTube videos and streams? He averages around 250,000 views a stream, and I assume tens, like mid-tens to 30,000 live viewers, a little bit over that a stream. He will get an increase on big and important streams of like viewers and stuff like that, of course, like anyone else would. And now he hangs out with a new group of streamers and content creators, one named Bobby P Off Gaming with 183,000 subscribers, one named Railed with 84.5 thousand subscribers, and Viz with 96.5 thousand subscribers. I don't really know much about these guys other than Bobby and Railed are a part of the quote Shoddy Boys, as I like to call it, where they play Warzone together, and I think they do like a shotgun only challenge, or maybe there was a shotgun meta in Warzone. At that time, I don't exactly know. Actually, doing a little bit more research, Bobby P Off has nearly 500,000 followers on Twitch, so he's big over there. Viz is apparently a TSM member, and he has near like 800,000 Twitch followers, and Rallied has near 250,000 Twitch followers. So these guys are bigger on other platforms, and they can also now co-stream on YouTube due to new Twitch guidelines where you can now dual stream even if you are a partner. So that's why, like, you know, their YouTube numbers aren't as big and stuff. I think maybe Bobby also has a big platform on TikTok as well. Like, he has a bit of a following. Viz does not. Like, he has 33K, which is pretty good. Just to give some more context, he isn't just dealing with small fry. You know, these guys actually have a following and a history. Also, it's kind of funny though, because these ex-Twitch streamers are streaming with the banned Twitch guy, you know what I mean? The big Twitch guy. Doc also ended up getting a really good deal with Rumble in November of 2024, where he now has equity in the company, and he also has a head and leadership role in Rumble Gaming, which, if you don't know, Rumble is like a off-brand YouTube of sorts, where people who have been banned off the platform, people where they need to upload videos without having to heavily censor them and stuff like that, people go there. You can also live stream on there and such as well. And this company is worth over like $2 billion. Let me see how much it's worth now. $2.4 to $3.4 billion value. Some streamers have moved over there. Some YouTubers have as well, or they do both. Like they'll do dual streaming, or they'll do dual uploads, where they'll upload on both platforms. And a part of Dr. Disrespect's deal is also kind of the same, as he uploads exclusive content on there, and then also does dual streams on there as well. So the same time he's streaming on YouTube, he also is streaming on Rumble. And the Rumble streams do pretty good as well. I don't know, like, if Rumble numbers, like, you know what I mean? I don't know what's good and not good over there, but they're like not that bad really. Compared to what he gets on YouTube, it's about even, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a good transition over there. But anyway, Rumble's stock and value went up 13%, causing the company to have a $233 million market value increase. He also got his YouTube monetization back in January 2025. He also had a few collaborations with video games like Off the Grid and another one called Gray Zone Warfare, where he would play them on stream and like give them a whole segment on his stream. He's also made some other brand deals, such as one with an energy drink brand called Kinetic, and he's also now hinting at making a figure of himself. There's also an update on the gaming studio Dr. Disrespect used to be a part of, and that gaming studio actually ended up denouncing him of like being an owner or being like a really big role in the company, and just said that he was just a face, like he was just a popular name to be the face of the company. Doc on numerous other occasions in the past says that he was a fully part of it, and I think that he was fully a part of the company. I don't know why they would lie like that. I don't think Dr. Disrespect ever responded to that either, but I think with Dr. Disrespect's history and being in the video game industry and everything, I don't think that this was just him being the face. From what it sounded like on streams and everything, he was a big deal in this behind the scenes. He had a say and stuff. But to go on, they ended up sadly shutting down, and the game will never be finished. I forgot what the name of the game was, but it's super depressing that all the workers end up having to get moved on to other projects, or I think they might be trying to get the project to some other place right now. I hope someone picks it up because I really like the idea. I love Cyberpunk. I love the anime. I love just the look and ideas, because there is so much you can do with that type of world. And what Dr. Disrespect's company, I'm just going to call them 12 a.m. because that was one of their ads, Midnight Society. Was that the game name, Midnight Society, or is that the company name? It was such a cool idea, and I really loved it. I really loved watching the streams and watching people play the game and getting an idea of what could possibly be in the future. There was so much potential there, and hopefully, because it's like there's a lot of progress made with it, and I assume that someone could take the idea at least, or maybe take what has been made so far and make it themselves. From what it looks like, although Dr. Disrespect was put back several steps in his career since the drama, he seems to be regaining traction and some of those lost steps back. And some of the people against him, like the gaming company, have even ended up failing while Dr. Disrespect has still stayed around. I feel like the whole situation ended up freeing him from the confines of being afraid to offend people, as he speaks his mind more now. But Doc's poor responses to this, or added on ones that probably shouldn't have really been made, really hurt my point of view on him, and they really hurt me in general, as he was a huge inspiration to me, and his streams and videos really stood out to me as well, and really had like a big message to me that if you got money, add it into your stuff, and lessons and like examples of investing into yourself and into your streams to make you stand out. There was small details or graphics that he made for his streams that not a lot of other people would make that I really found interesting, and really, even though some people wouldn't really care about them, I really did. I really looked up to that. And like I said, I think that, you know, his responses have really hurt my point of view on him, because I used to defend him a bit, and then, like, in the very beginning, and then his responses after response after response, I was like, okay. And I think even, like, the stream response, I was a little doubtful of him as well. But Doc has a very loyal fan base who publicly supports him and watches him to this day. Not much, if anything, has changed in Doc's character either since this situation, other than him speaking his mind more often. I would question whether Doc actually has those messages or not, but from his own statements, it sounds like he probably does have those. Although, you know, he got banned off Twitch, I'm guessing somehow in the legal stuff, they got made. If that was the case, then I would just leak them because they were good enough for him to win the court case. He won the court case against Twitch, by the way, and got all of his contract money and stuff, and they just parted ways after that. If you're banned off Twitch, you can't log into your account or whatever. That means you can't log in and get those whispers, and you know what I mean? If you don't have them, that's fine. Just say that. Be like, I don't have them. I don't have them since I got banned off Twitch. But maybe that also gives Twitch the opportunity to leak them or someone a part of Twitch. I do think that he might have them. But I'm actually pretty curious of what the audience thinks about this situation a year later. Do you think Doc could return to be more mainstream again in the future? I feel like people have done way worse with more proof of them doing bad things and still get to have their platforms and be in these big circles on the internet. I just think that his responses kind of hurt him more than helped him. Like I said, he probably should have made one really good one. But has your opinion changed on Dr. Disrespect in one way or another over time? As it has been a year, and I feel like, you know, your opinion can definitely change, especially looking back and looking now at like what's going on now. I wonder if his streaming friends will ever hang out with him again. I feel like maybe in the next few years we will see Doc in one way or another have some huge resurgence, whether it's because he talks out about a drama, because he makes a new big video game or something like that, you know what I mean? Like some another big deal happens, or he just slowly gets back into these circles and people start like normalizing being around him again. I mean, the gaming industry really sucks right now in general in multiple ways. I mean, I could see people getting so bored and so droughted out that they were like, yeah, sure, let's just talk to Doc again. Let's just start making videos with him. But let me know what you all think in the comments down below. I personally am iffy on him, like I said earlier. I just kind of want to make it clear this time around. Over time, I became more in the middle or more away from him than I was with him, like I said before. Like I said, let me know what you all think in the comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe as I make videos on internet dramas, locales, and more. Don't forget to use the new hype feature on this video and hype it as well. I want to be able to hit the leaderboard, at least be number 100, man, at one point, and be able to get a screenshot. Just put it somewhere. I do have like a whole like thread on Twitter of people's videos I've been in, like Some Ordinary Gamers and Mama Max, but both of those have aged poorly. Both of those were huge YouTubers I really liked, and then just ended up being terrible. I know some people I think have shouted me out, but I never know until people tell me. I think one person said I was mentioned by Wings of Redemption. One person said, I think randomly, like an Asmongold stream or a Hassan stream. Although I never saw proof of that. I really wish people would send me this stuff and clip it. If you know, maybe a Hey RV video is what I was on. I don't remember. Like, or Avery, whatever his name is. Like, send me clips on Twitter. Please send me clips on Twitter. Tell me in the comments, like, here's the video, the title, and here's the timestamp. Here's the person that made it. You know what I mean? Because I would really like to be able to, like, make all, like, add more to that thread. Because that thread is so poorly aged right now. Got a couple bigger videos in the future. If you all have looked at my comment section, actually talked to someone who talked about a recent thing that got exposed, a huge document that I'll be going over very soon, let's say. Very excited for that, very excited to go over it. But in the end, I'm PERK30, and keep God close.